live, baby. Oh yeah, baby.
Hey, baby. Hey, hey, how you doing?
How you doing,
Hey, how you doing?
dude? Don't start with the TikTok stuff. How
So
you
this is the
doing?
the first slide that you guys have
Yeah, that's
right
where
now.
we're at. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we're at right now. Yeah, that's what the audience will
Alright.
see.
I got a notification on my phone.
Yes.
He said
Cool.
TikTok. I'm not that bored yet, bro, to download TikTok, all right? You gotta be really bored to
come on.
No,
download
my brother
TikTok.
was telling me about that today,
Yeah. You-
and I was like, "What the hell is TikTok?" Like, you don't know what that is, and I'm like,
I mean, I can barely master Instagram. Don't mention TikTok. Come on.
I can't even use Pinterest. How am I supposed to use TikTok? Oh, man.
Anyway, should we do the intro? Guys?
No.
No, it's too
No?
late.
Oh man, no intro. Okay.
Yeah, that intro has been haunting me for days.
That's gonna be our
Every
week, I
it's gonna be our
sleep with
recurring
it.
theme.
Oh come on, guys.
"Are we live now?"
Yep,
We cannot.
are live right now. So
Yeah, we are live.
what's up, everybody? Good morning and good evening to everybody from the west, and good morning to anybody from the east.
Yeah. Hello, guys. Thanks for showing up today. So this time, I think it's Chris's turn to introduce everybody and do the whole thing. I'm gonna take a break this time.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you for coming. Today we have a very special guest. He's the winner of the GBWC from Canada 2019. Woo! Of course, we got my co-host as
Hello.
well. We got Justin and Jess, but yeah, man. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you guys are doing good. And I think
Hello, everyone.
yeah. So go ahead. So Nico, go ahead and tell us about yourself real quick.
Well, it's nice to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation. And I'm just a simple guy who loves this hobby and being hooked on it for like 6 years. So and I don't see it going anywhere.
Nice.
I don't think it's gonna get any boring anytime soon.
No, it will never get boring.
Yeah,
Ever.
one thing I've noticed about Gunpla, it only gets better every month. Like that's what I'm noticing. Every month it gets better.
Yeah, you get new releases and everything, man. Yeah. So, guys, we have Nicolas here with us for today as our special guest. I am Jess from Master Grade Jess, and we have underneath, well, in this case, in my camera setup, we have Justin from Studio G. No introduction needed for him.
West Coast.
No. What up?
So-
what up? West Coast. Is this how you do it?
Yeah, like this, bro. West Coast.
Just is he throwing out gang signs?
No.
So anyway, we have people from Mexico watching. We have people from the West watching right now. And I just want to say real quick, like we have been doing every week since this terrible pandemic has started. We hope that everybody's staying safe, staying inside, building, customizing, being with family, just trying to keep the pandemic down as much as we can. But without any further ado, and not talking about anything negative, we're gonna put everything over to Nicolas. Start talking to him, see what he's doing.
So we do have like some generic questions that we will be asking our guests on a weekly basis. So let's just start with question number 1.
Ooh.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that. We can start.
Yeah. So Nicholas, can you tell us like how did you start it and when did you get started and what was your first kid? I mean, a lot of people ask me this question. I mean, questions to you actually. Like, how did you get started? When did you get started? And what was your first kid?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm pretty new on this. I started, like I said before, I think it was 6 years ago. I didn't start necessarily with Gunpla. I was building mostly like Star Wars kits and sci-fi in the beginning mostly. And it all began before I used to collect all sorts of action figures. And then I realized that being a huge Star Wars fan that I am, that I didn't have any Star Wars stuff. And I saw a friend from Colombia actually that collects also action figures, and he had this amazing Millennium Falcon that he just got. This was around the time when the Force Awakens came out, and I was like, that looks interesting. So I went on Amazon looking for the same thing, and I found that Rebel had this Millennium Falcon kit that you put together, and I bought it. And when I got it, I decided to do some weathering on it. So I asked my girlfriend if she could lend me her eye makeup. And after she said no like 10 times, she finally lent me some old one that she had.
She gave you the leftovers.
And I did, and I used it on that thing. This is actually the very first kit that I ever made.
Yeah, it looks good.
That thing is priceless, bro. That thing is priceless.
The thing is, after I finished it, I was like, wow, this looks amazing. Just like the movie. Now I don't think that anymore, but yeah, at the time I was like, whoa. But that opened the gates for like this whole thing. Like after I finished this one, I went online and I bought another one and I did the same thing, but then I realized that just using my girlfriend's makeup wasn't doing much. So I went on YouTube and started watching tutorials about what is model building. I knew that people build tanks and airplanes and stuff like that. But so I started learning certain things and washes and stuff like that. So I did that for like 2 years straight. And I knew what Gundam was, but I didn't know anything about the actual Gunpla deal, you could say. So here in Brampton, I was one time at the mall and visiting a comic store that I usually go to, and they sell kits there every now and then, and they had this one kit. They had a Grace high grade for $15.
Yeah.
So I bought it, saying, "Oh, I could use this to practice weathering. Why not?"
That's
and I took it home, and I started putting it together, and then I was like, "Whoa, this actually was pretty cool." Actually, I have it right.
Nice.
Very heavy weather.
Was that the first one?
This is my very first
official Gundam. Yeah.
It's a high grade, right?
Head fell off. Huh?
It's a high grade? Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, that was fun. Maybe I can do another one."
All of us.
So they had at the same store, they had another Grace, and I went like, "Oh, this looks interesting. Let's do this one." I put it together. I did roughly some weathering on it. I wasn't really full painting kits yet, so I was just weathering on top of the plastic. And after I finished it, like, "Oh, this was fun. Maybe I can try another one." And for the
that's how it starts.
The thing that you have to remember is that I didn't know anything about Gunpla. So I didn't know anything about the grades or anything like that. So they had another kit there, and that one ended up being the RG Extra. And I was like, okay. And I bought it and I put it together and I was like, "Oh, this was fun. But man, did it have a lot of parts."
Yeah, welcome to RG, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't know anything about the grades or anything. And somebody at work who also builds, I told him that I just did this kit, and he said like, "Oh, did you build an RG?" And I said like, "A what?" "An RG kit." And I said, "I don't know what that is." Was it a high grade? And I was, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." So he explained to me that there's a master grade, there's the RG, and then there's the high grade. Okay. I learned that the grades.
Yeah,
different grades.
Since then, it's been nonstop.
Nice, very nice.
It's been getting better. Like the hobby gets more interesting, and we all know that, right?
Every month it gets better and better. So, who do you look up to for inspiration? Uh-oh. Sorry, guys, we're having technical difficulties. What happened? Or I'm having technical difficulties.
Hello. Oh my God.
That was weird.
Hello?
That was weird.
That
Did
was weird. I'm so sorry,
Did
guys.
everybody drop? Is
Yeah.
everybody back?
Yeah, sorry guys, we had
Am I
a
back?
technical glitch. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, it's a message from Discord.
Ah, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We're sorry, guys, for what happened right there. That was
very, very sorry. We're very
Yeah, that
sorry.
was,
But
that
go
was
back
very-
on track
We
now.
apologize.
I didn't touch anything. I
Yeah,
promise.
Yeah.
I didn't touch anything. I promise.
I'm so sorry, guys. Discord basically had to restart one of the servers. I got the message from them. So, yep. So that's what happened.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Somebody
That was scary.
said stop downloading porn.
Yeah, that was,
It was this consultant.
that's a little scary. Yeah. So I guess I think.
I started yelling at everybody in my house, like, "Get off the internet! I'm using it. I need all the bands. Everybody, get off right now!" No,
But it was
That
a
reminds me back
server.
in the day when you were using the phone,
Yep.
and then somebody will be on the phone and they say, "Oh, somebody's on the phone, so I lost the internet."
With dial up. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dial 1515.
56K modem. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Mom!
I think I just aged myself there.
What was so I don't know if it was asked because we cut off, but I was
no,
basically asking, who do you look to for inspiration, like when it comes to your building and everything?
Exactly. I mean, how do you develop your style? Because Nico, you have a very special style. It's not exactly steampunk. It's not exactly Mad Max. I don't know, bro, but your style is like, mwah.
Yeah,
Well-
it's your style.
It's Nico style.
Yeah.
Well, for
Yeah.
example, for this one that I'm building right now, for
Yep,
example,
Yuzaku.
the inspiration for this one and the one that I did for the GWC was mostly, again, going back to Star Wars. Like I wanted to create like a Gundam, a Millennium Falcon Gundam, if that makes sense. Because when you look at the Millennium Falcon, you see that it has a lot of customized parts that has been added during the years.
Yep.
So that's one of the things that I love about Star Wars is that all the spaceships and everything there, it's dirty, it's used, rusted. It's not. I like Star Trek a lot too, but over there the ships are more clean.
Yeah, they have a very nice maintenance in Star Trek.
Yeah, everything in Star Wars is dirty, and so I always want to get that kind of look.
I
Even-
think so. So basically, it all comes back to your love for Star Wars.
Yeah.
And
So for my inspiration, you could say that a lot of my inspiration comes from that. And in terms of people, like builders, I admire. Oh, there's so many. Like I admire Zacharelia's stuff. It's amazing. Team stuff is Shadow Mecha's. His stuff is so awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, I see names escape me, but there's people who love to do like heavy weathering on their things. I also watch a lot of people who build tanks and war tanks and
Yeah,
airplanes,
military stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
and I always look at the way they weather that stuff, and
Yeah,
it's inspiration from
those
everywhere.
Those weathering are really awesome. I just recently got into weathering myself, and I gotta say, the
Mhm.
temptation is there. The temptation is there. It's like,
Oh, just
no
do it.
matter how good is your paint job, you want to do something to it. You know?
Oh, you have no idea how many kids I destroyed with learning to weather, and I'm still learning. Like I won't say that I'm an expert now because no, there's so many things that I still try to learn.
Mhm.
But you could say that in terms of inspiration, yeah, Star Wars has been the big chunk of the inspiration for everything I do.
Because
Cool.
now that you're going like into weathering and talking about weathering, because I know for a fact like Chris doesn't necessarily like weathering, right? He likes to
fancy.
have his like, yeah, he likes to have them look like cars, right? He likes to have, that's his personal opinion, right? And but for example, I love weathering, and a good weathering technique is always noticeable. So for example, in your kits, they always looked really nice and weathered. And before,
Thank you.
for the viewers out there, before we started going live right now, he mentioned how he hasn't done the salt technique, right? You said you haven't done it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Right.
technical difficulties.
I'm using my phone, by the way.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, like I don't know. I don't airbrush. I don't know how to airbrush. So there's a lot of weathering techniques that require an airbrush, like the hairspray technique, for example, is one that I basically can. I don't know how to do. I know that the theory behind it, but I never I can practice it because I don't have an airbrush. So that's good for chipping and stuff like that. So I go to alternate methods like using the sponge or maybe just the pencil with the fine brush.
Oh, like a dry brush. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of different techniques.
Exactly.
That's very cool.
Unlimited possibilities with random.
I'm gonna send you an airbrush and a compressor.
Just
I don't have a space. That's the thing is that I don't have a place to put it to use it.
I'll be in the backyard with a big old extension cord doing it.
From that far, do you live like in an apartment complex or something? Is that like the noise of the compressor?
No, I live in a townhouse.
Okay. Nice.
And I usually go paint because I paint with spray can, like this one. This is what I use.
Spray can.
And I use my basement.
If you spray with that, you can spray with the airbrush. It's the same.
No, yeah, but the thing is that the setup, because when you are doing airbrush, you stay there for like a long time, right?
Oh yeah, you're there.
My basement is not a nice place to be there for a long time.
I did like 6 hours straight last night.
So it's basically where the laundry is and where the cats do their thing. So it's not set up for me to just go there and spend like hours, right?
Oh, okay.
True. But it's really
usually I just feel upstairs.
Exactly, but it's super impressive that you only make do with whatever you have and you make the most out of it, like literally out of the context, the most out of it. Like seriously, super impressive. Yeah. Super impressive.
That's really cool, man.
That's the strongest skill to have.
Exactly.
All right. So, what has been your favorite kit to build up until now before customization? So before you do anything to it, like in your memory, which one has been your favorite kit to build? Just straight build.
I still do that a lot. Like these customized ones that I build is every now and then. I mostly do I like clean builds a lot too.
Yeah.
And in terms of kits, I don't know if there's like a specific kit, but there's a specific model that I love to do, and it's the RX-78.
I noticed that you do a lot of these bulky guys, squarish, bulky guys. RX-78.
Yeah, I like the grunt look, but the RX-70 is my favorite one. So I done the 3.0, the 2.0, the 1 year war, the RG.
Have you done the perfect grade?
The perfect grade, I have it, but I haven't built.
What?
Oh, okay.
It's in the back.
Over there somewhere.
It's the blue box, right, with the gold trim. It says Granddaddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
I think
a lot of people. Oh, he's showing us. Oh, yeah, he has a bunch of them right there. Oh, wow. And you have them post and everything.
Guys, these are the stuff that we don't see anywhere else. Exclusive here in GTS, Gunpla Top Show, bro. Yep. Exclusive.
Yeah.
Champion.
You won't find a look in his room anywhere else.
But also. But in construction, I enjoyed the Verka. The Sinanju Verka was the Stein was pretty good.
Yes.
I remember that.
I love that one.
I like that one. Yeah.
The RX, the 79G is good too.
79. Okay.
That one, the old kit, it's old. That's the base that I use those for my GWC entries. But it's old kit. It requires love to make it look good. It ages. It shows its age. I wish they would make a 2.0 out of it because that's one of my favorite models.
Oh, really?
Because I'm a huge fan of that Gundam series, the 08 team, MS team.
Oh yes, I'm watching that one right now. I literally started watching it 2 days ago.
Yeah, the golf.
I was able to get
beast.
my hands on like all of the series of Gundam, and that's the first one that I'm watching, aside from Iron Blooded Orphans, which I watched a long time ago. But the 08 MS team has always, because I'm more of a story guy, and I really like that kind of like realistic look into war, which is what I've been told that one is.
That's when I do a weather build, a weather Gundam or Grunt, it's always based on that scene, because basically it's the only one where you see them fighting like in actual terrain in the jungle, and you imagine them being all dirty and rusted.
True.
Well, we're gonna get along. We're gonna get along just fine, Nico. I feel. I love that kind of like because I'm not like so I mentioned, and I know we're getting off topic, but that's what the questions are for, to make conversation. But you know, like I said before, like I'm gonna keep picking on Chris, right? Because Chris he likes clean builds, and he said it multiple times on the show.
I'm fancy. It's not. I don't like clean builds. I'm fancy. I like it.
The fancy guy, but
no, but I like clean builds too. Like most of my builds are clean builds.
No, yeah, of course, but like I haven't started painting a lot at all, if anything. Yes. But what I like, what I like to do is that the new?
It's a strike.
The striker DRD.
Oh, okay. No, like what I was saying is like I like that kind. I really want to get into the weathering aspect, because that's what they are to me, in my mind, in my own opinion. For example, when we do the contestants, in my own opinion, as a judge for the show, I like to see people weather their kits and make it realistic weathering, because a lot of people go overboard, but there are some people who actually take time. You know,
that's the thing that I'm still actually learning myself. It's because weathering, sometimes you start doing a technique that you like a lot, and the thing about it is that you might overdo it, but also depends on your style, because there's no such thing over weather, because it could be that it's really old and it's been rusting for decades. But in Gunpla, what it's, for me, the most important thing about weathering that people need to keep in mind is scale. Because weathering also needs to be scaled depending on what you're building.
Oh, okay.
Totally understand that.
Because like, because I have a lot of friends who are model makers for like military stuff, and I know one of the models that I saw that a guy was doing, it was a work in progress. What he actually did was he took one of the shells from a tank, from like a tank model, and he put it right next to like another tank, and he made the hole the same size and made it to like everything just adds up the way that it shoots, and that's the kind of like realism that I like when I see weathering. But that's another story. But yeah.
Like there's like, a continuity to your weathers.
I'm gonna learn weathering now.
Like when you do scaling of the weathering, is how big are we gonna be. For example, if there's chipping, how big the chips are gonna be. If it is a huge, if it's rusting, how big the rust is gonna be. You have to think of, because it's not a small car; it's a gigantic robot the size of a building. So.
Yeah, because
just because you're bigger doesn't mean that you rust bigger.
Exactly, because like for terrain Gundams, their weathering is different. If you want to stay completely canon and stay true to what they are, for example, if you have a space Gundam that's literally out in space flying, you're probably not going to see any weathering on him. You know, that's why I like the ground types, and that's why I've been liking the grunt suits more for like the 08 MS team, like you said, because they're literally in the jungle. They're like getting dirty. They're in the mud. It's like actual war.
Yeah. Well, in space you get chip. You get a lot of chipping though, so that could be the weathering there.
No rust, just chips. Yeah.
Meteor debris,
and
bro.
the smashes from maybe the heat from the thrusters and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. The soot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the smoke.
And you can do streaking. There's streaking of grease, because they do get maintenance, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. True. Unlike Star Trek, come on. Like Star Trek.
Or unlike the Barbatos.
They're super clean, everything.
Because like for the Barbatos, a lot of people do weathering on the Barbatos, or when they build the Barbatos, they make him look really, really clean when it's not a clean build. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Star Trek right there.
The Enterprise.
Clean and shiny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's glossy. I see it.
One of our viewers, last line, he's asking right now. He says, "Has anyone tried atmospheric burns on a Gundam from re-entry to planets?" I don't know. That's actually a pretty good question because I remember
Yeah,
even in
yeah.
Iron Blooded Orphans, there's an episode where he's coming through the atmosphere and he starts burning up. So yeah, that's actually a pretty good. How would you even go about that?
That'd be good diorama too.
That would be great. If I were to do that, it would be because I'm recreating maybe a scene where people will understand that that's what is going on.
Yeah, true. So you probably need a lot of like dioramas as well to complement that pose and the re-entry pose and stuff like that, and how is it burning up red to white, for example, on the armor kits, right?
That would be a great idea.
That's a great
for
idea.
build.
Yeah, last line.
That would be awesome.
If right now you're watching Last Line, go ahead and do it and show us what you're doing. It's a pretty great idea, man. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it done.
To be
All right,
the first in
Nico.
the world.
What has been your favorite kit to customize up until now? What has been your favorite one?
Well, I haven't customized a lot actually. I have only customized maybe
200.
like 4, maybe 3 or 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What the-
I haven't done a lot of them.
Really?
Like
No.
I have.
Wait, how do you define customize?
Like, let me show you this one for example. Let me show you.
Yeah.
Isn't weathering considered customizing? I consider weathering customizing, right?
It is.
Watch, I'm about to
Because
go ahead.
no, there's different definitions of customization. I don't know if maybe his is literally customizing and putting parts onto it. Because even just painting it is customizing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I agree. Like for example, this guy here. This is my very first kit bash.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
So-
I like the
so-
grenade launcher.
So by customizing, you're actually talking about something way higher, bro.
Yeah.
Your entry for customizing is so high.
You basically
Yeah.
you're flipping it when you customize it. You got to flip it, completely flip it.
Oh yeah, I learned that term today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a breakdancing term. Like whenever someone does like the same move, you gotta like you can still do that move, but you gotta like change it, make it your own. You know, you gotta like, add, you gotta
But in
add
terms
to
of
it.
customizing, like my favorite, I really enjoyed the build that I did for the GWC. I'm not gonna lie, that was fun.
That,
Got a
that
little
was beautiful.
stressing at the end, but for the most part, that was a very enjoyable experience. Also, an experience where I learned a lot
yeah.
because I was doing for the very first time many things on it, and I learned from that. Some things that I learned from that I'm applying on the Zaku that I'm building right now, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure things that I learned from the Zaku that I'm building right now I'm gonna apply on this one. It's
And
always
that's a good-
learning something.
And that's a good mentality, right? And that's what the mentality everybody should have. In this case, like we've talked before with Paul, and I think every person that we've had on the show, is that that's basically what needs to happen. I think a lot of people are scared because I'll put myself always up, in front for that. I'm scared. That's why I haven't done anything. Not that I've been busy, but I'm scared of messing up. But I have to mess up in order to get better.
You gotta
Right?
Yeah,
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try. The only advice, maybe in terms of try, if you're just doing it for the first time, try a cheap kit, maybe to try first. I did that. Like I will try high grades, maybe to do some weathering techniques on them first, and then we'll take the big expensive master grade and do that with a little more confidence. But don't never, because sometimes people like hear that they ask me like, oh, I'm afraid to start that. Fine, just do it, and if you mess up, that's how everybody does.
Yeah,
exactly.
Justin said just buy another kit.
Like
Exactly.
Buy another kit.
It's just
Because my first
just plastic, bro.
my
it's
first
more
kit
the
that
kits that I messed up than the ones that I made look good.
Ooh, I like that. Quote that. And somebody clip that right there. That's gonna be a quote from now on. I've messed up more kits than I've made it look beautiful. Very nice.
When I'm doing well, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, Nico,
All right.
we have some questions from fans as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
one of the questions that was asked was, "What is your favorite food, bro?"
My favorite food is a Colombian dish called bandeja paisa. It's from where I'm from. I'm also a big fan of Mexican food.
Ooh, what up?
Ooh,
What up?
But here in Canada, I have an addiction, and my addiction is to the ice cap from Tim Hortons.
Really?
I
love-
have one a day every day.
I'm gonna confess when I got here to Canada, one of my first things was I'm not going to do Tim Hortons, right? Because I'm American. So I was like, I'm not doing Tim Hortons. That's too Canadian for me.
I'm gonna do
Too
it. I'm
Canadian.
American.
But wait a second. So then I end up going to Tim Hortons. Okay, Tim Hortons, please sponsor us. And I fell in love.
Please.
I fell in love with their coffee and their smoothies. Oh my god! Because I'm more of a cold beverage guy, so when I go to Tim Hortons, I always get like the strawberry smoothie or all that stuff they got, and their donuts. Oh my god, their donuts, they're honey glazed donuts. I
always have the same thing, the ice cap.
Oh
Nice.
my, the Tim Hortons here.
That's probably gonna kill me, but yeah, every day. There's times where I have 2 a day.
Ooh, really? Well, Tim Hortons is Tim Hortons is literally like an icon here in Canada. Like Tim Hortons is actually pretty cool. I'm American and I sponsor Tim Hortons.
American.
I never tried good Tim Hortons before, so I don't know. I got no say in that.
And if anybody out there that is in Canada haven't tried the ice cap yet, it's great.
Okay, so
Nico's about to get sponsored.
Nico.
I think there's a Tim Hortons in the Philippines. I think.
Yeah,
I think
there are, but no, it's not good at all, bro. It's not good at all. We have it everywhere, but it's not good at all. Come on.
And the best Tim Hortons is the one around the corner in every Canadian city. It's that one right around the corner where they know you. They're like the nicest people too, man. Yeah, Tim Hortons is awesome. Not gonna lie.
I don't know.
All right.
The Canadians are generally nice, no?
One quick question. You were talking about your Colombian dish. What is this Colombian dish made of? Like, what's in it?
It's made of all the goodness. It's basically beans, rice, pork, egg, sausage. It's
yeah. Keep talking.
No,
keep talking, please.
Talk to me.
Just keep talking.
Just give me rice and pork, and I can go all day, every day.
Because you're Asian, dude.
It's a bandeja paisa, and it's the greatest. But it's a dish that you have knowing that you're gonna have a nap up.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of like a pot pie.
Yeah, bro.
That's
You don't go like, oh, let's have a bandeja paisa and let's go clubbing afterwards. No.
You said you like Mexican food. What Mexican food is it? The one that you like?
Well, I don't want to sound ignorant here because I would say burritos were my best, but I heard that that's not necessarily from Mexico. So
No, it's not.
That's American.
But tacos basically, yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Good.
chimichanga is really good.
Well, if you're ever in Calgary, just let me know. We'll invite you and make some tamales or something. Make some real authentic Mexican food.
I tried those. Mexican tamales are fun.
Yes,
in Colombia,
they're great.
we also have our own version of that.
Yeah.
America has like all sorts of the same dish, but each country makes it different.
Yeah. Yes. Even in their own countries, they make it differently in different places.
Yeah, the Mexican one is spicy as hell.
Yeah, they're good, but they're good. All right. So another question says, how hard is it to enter the GBWC, Nico?
To enter?
Yeah, to
It's
enter.
not hard at all. You just have to go to the place where they are having the local competition.
There it is, guys.
Oh, so get off your butt and go do it.
There's no fee. It's free. Well,
Oh.
for example, like I do it in there is kind of a fee. It's depending. For example, the way I do it is that I go to the competition in Montreal because it's the closest one, and that one it takes place in a event. I think it's a Otakuton. I don't remember nothing.
Okay.
But it's an anime convention. It's an anime convention that happens there, and they held the competition there. So to participate,
you gotta pay for the convention.
You have to pay the ticket for the.
So it's not a fee to enter GBWC, it's just a fee to the convention.
Exactly, because there's the online competition, and that's free.
There's an online competition?
Yeah, here in Canada, there's a competition that goes on in Vancouver. There's one, I believe, in Calgary or Edmonton. There's one in and another one in Montreal, and there's also an online entry.
What?
I see.
Oh, Nico, by the way, there's some on the chat. We have Ariel Optinala, if I'm saying that right. She says,
Yeah, he's from Site 6.
oh, he says that whenever he meets up with you, you have an ice cap with you every time.
Yeah. He's the friend I was telling you about.
Nice.
He's one of the admins of the club Site 6. Oh.
Ooh, Side 6, guys. That's their club right there. You guys want to go check it out? Side 6.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
It's a club that we have in Ontario.
Oh, yeah, clubs are always nice. You get to meet people, that like the same things as you do. It's very nice to socialize. Side 6, there it is, the little plug.
What's socializing? I forgot about that.
It's brand new. It's some friends, and we decided to start like a group and a club for people to be able to feel safe and participate and not be afraid of being bullied or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it's going well. Right now, we are actually a part of a huge competition that is going on nationwide in Canada. It's called the Great Canadian Build-Off. And it's still on, so everybody who wants to participate can participate.
So could you repeat that again? The Great what?
It's called the Great Canadian Build-Off.
Ooh.
Yeah, so everybody out there, if you're in Canada, if you're watching this, the Great Canadian Build-Off, it is made by Side 6. Actually, here in the Calgary Gunpla community group, we are part of the competition. We posted it on our community group, and we're actually a part of it. So we're all doing I'm actually doing a dual.
Side 6. It's not only
It's not only Side 6?
It's a whole bunch of different clubs. So
Oh,
cool.
nice.
we got together.
Nice. Yeah, because I'm planning to enter a Master Grade Dual Gundam. I think the rules are it only has to be painted, right?
Yeah, it's out of the box.
It's out of the box. Yeah. All right, very nice. All right. Any other questions you guys got there, Chris? What question you want to ask him right there?
I mean, a lot of questions has been answered already, like directly and indirectly. And regarding airbrush tips, probably Nico's not the best guy to give, because we all didn't know that he doesn't airbrush at all. What the hell?
Yeah.
You don't airbrush? What the hell?
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
It's mind blowing.
I'm actually.
It's mind blowing.
I want to see when you do get one, dude. It's gonna blow your mind.
I mean like Nico, you're like the icon that serves to everybody who says that, bro, I need an airbrush. Bro, I need an airbrush.
No,
you don't need an airbrush. Look at
you need skills. You need skills.
We have one that was entered by Gunpla Stack. Gunpla Stack, he says, can he give any tips or pointers to someone like myself who wants to not just get to his level, but eventually become better as time progresses? And he says he would love to talk to you personally. He feels that it couldn't happen, but you could just message him on Instagram. Nico replied back to me when I'm still a nobody, but I mean, he still replied to me when I randomly messaged him. So message him whenever. I'm sure he'll be able to answer. But yeah,
polite.
so he says,
On anybody who wants to ask me anything, they can go to my Instagram or my Facebook page, and I always try to respond to everybody. Like, to the best of my knowledge. I want to emphasize the part that I admire that people think that they say that I can on everything. That's super amazing. But I'm also a student still. I still consider myself like I'm learning every day. For example, for the building that I'm doing right now, I'm still like watching all sorts of tutorials to see how people do weathering. And I always consider myself like a student.
Exactly.
And it's really it's hard to explain when people can talk to you and they say that you're like a teacher or anything like that, because like I said, I see myself as actually learning from other people still, and it's great. And if I can help anybody with any questions, if I can actually help them, I'll be happy to. Like, I will always try to answer every question that is asked to me. If I don't, it's because I probably missed the message.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you guys heard it there. Message him, hit him up, hit us all up. We all reply to everybody who messages us.
Exactly.
So even in the
And in terms of the question that the guy that he was asking me, like how can you get to a level, is basically practice a lot. But practice liking it, like enjoy it. Don't feel pressure from, because you see other people that build amazing things. I'm pretty sure they didn't start building amazing things.
Yeah.
And there's, like I said, there's things that you might think that they look amazing, and other people might tell you that they don't look amazing. Don't pay attention to any of that. If you think it looks amazing, it looks amazing.
True.
Right?
True.
Art.
That's
Here's
true.
gonna-
Just be
here's
always
gonna be-
also with the mentality of always willing to learn. People might give you good advice and constructive criticism.
Mhm.
Go for it. That's great. Be willing to learn, but don't let anybody who gives you bad comments or bullying or anything bring you down, because who cares about them, right?
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly.
Could you imagine being a champion and being this humble? Hopefully everybody can be like this all the time. All right, Nico. So, Nico, we have some pictures that you sent to us on the email.
Yeah.
And we have the first picture here. It's a nice photograph of you holding what looks like a beautiful trophy.
Like holding.
Oh,
the
am I like
G,
this?
bro.
Yes, the one with you're like,
Am I wearing the same thing here?
yes,
Yes.
your little beanie.
That's the good luck beanie, man. That's the good luck beanie.
That's a good luck beanie.
Mhm.
I never
So,
had a beanie before.
So tell us a little bit about this picture right here.
Oh, that's the day that the trophy got on the map.
There it is. It's a beautiful trophy. Is it? But is it
Was it?
plastic or what is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's total.
Oh, it is.
So it's like
It's a
gold
kit.
plated?
Don't
It's a
drop
kit.
it.
Don't drop
Yeah, you gotta put it together.
They give him some runners and like put your trophy together. Here you go.
Actually,
Exactly.
yeah, it comes in some pieces of. You have to put it together.
What?
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Oh, you probably gotta put it on the stand, right?
Wow.
Like the
beefins?
the beefin, the slice, the savers, the beam savers, the beam.
The beam sabers,
Beam-
yeah.
The beam savers. Yeah, the beam,
Beam
savers. Yes.
All you put them together.
Oh wow!
Alright.
So you still get to build your own trophy. That's pretty cool. See,
Do
this
you-
is another insight that you don't get anywhere else.
You
don't get it
Only on
anywhere else, yeah.
GTS.
But
Only on GTS.
it is like it's basically a kit, and it has the worst seam lines.
Ooh.
Actually, I see it. I see it right now.
Yeah.
It has a seam line on the head like this, and you're like, oh, look at it. It's like staring right at me.
So
You don't-
is it heavy? Is it heavy? Being that
Oh, it's plastic.
So it's hollow plastic, basically.
This one, because this is the regional one, right?
Yeah.
When I saw the actual trophy for the winner of the whole competition, those look bigger and maybe heavier. But
They should be. I mean, it's the winner. of the-
I didn't win one, so I don't know.
You will, bro.
You were reminded. He won the regional one. He won the Canadian one. All right.
Yeah,
So
that's
what else we
funny,
got?
you know?
Oh, the guy who won over there was amazing build. In Japan, everything there was out of this world.
Yeah, they're crazy. They're crazy. We have a picture of this other picture. We have you with Tim, I think.
Tim, Charlotte Mecca, the
Charlotte Mecca.
American winner,
I think so.
and
Let me just.
an Australian winner as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
One is Tim, and the other guy is from the Australian the representative. Great guys and amazing builders. Those two are like crazy good.
Oh, I bet.
Are you guys still keeping in touch, like after the GBWC?
The what?
Are you guys still in touch with each other, like talking to each other from time to time? Like, what's
Yeah.
up, bro? How are you, bro?
Yeah, every now and then, not super a lot. I follow Tim a lot when he does his video streams,
Uh huh.
and I say hello, and he acknowledges that I'm there, and he's a great guy.
Yeah.
And I still every now and then we keep talking on, because when they told me that I won the Canadian title, I got an invitation from all the other competitors that had won all over the world to join a group. So that group still exists. It's the 2019 GBWC, and we still post stuff there.
That's cool.
Oh, cool. That's
It's got like a little support group.
Yeah, and
That's pretty cool.
those guys, a lot of them are like, ooh, crazy.
I like that face. Woo!
I told you, my build there was the smallest one
Compared to theirs.
compared to everyone else. Mine was a tiny little thing.
And it made it. It made it all the way over there, man.
You made it, bro. You
Yeah.
made it.
Skills.
All the way
Oh, no.
from, all
It
the
was
way
an
from
amazing
Canada.
experience. Very humble, and it was an amazing experience. Like to be there representing Canada, and nonetheless, it's just there's no words.
Yeah.
No words. So
No
I'm
words,
pretty sure
that's
you guys have like Japanese food in Canada as well. And then what's the experience of having Japanese food in Japan? I mean, what's the experience?
Well, we had sushi.
Obviously, yeah.
Oh, but you know, something that I was very interesting is that on our second night there, the Bandai, the rep, basically the guys who were taking care of us, me and Tim, they took us out for dinner. We went to this restaurant, and I had a lot of sake that night.
Yes.
Sake.
And they were like, "Oh, try this one." And the thing is that they would have this huge shot glass, and they would put it in a box, and they would put more sake in the box. And I drink the box.
They refill it.
Just drink.
And I realized, and I didn't know, but apparently there's more than one flavor of sake. So now you want to try this other one? I said like, yeah.
Yeah, just bring it on.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
We have a picture.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say we have a picture of you here at. I think this is the. I forgot what the city is called, but with the unicorn, with the 1-to-1 scale unicorn.
Tokyo.
Yeah, is it in Tokyo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
That was in
Diversity.
Tokyo.
They would.
How does that?
Josh, that's the place that we need to go, bro.
That's where we're going. Yeah. We hope to be there next year after this whole thing.
It's a man-made island, that diversity, that whole area where the unicorn is
Ooh,
Tokyo's
really?
enormous.
And
So could you?
the unicorn transform every night. Right? I mean,
Sorry?
at night the unicorn transform to destroy mode, isn't it? Like at a specific time, I think it was like 7 or 6:30, something like that. And then the unicorn would transform itself into destroy mode. I saw a lot of videos on it. Like it's like a whole celebration by itself. Yeah, I don't know. It's amazing. I want to go there too.
What do you? How was it? How was it looking at this thing in person? Because I mean, I want to go see it.
Oh well, this is the thing. I imagine that maybe one time I will probably go to Japan and be able to see it. I will see everybody posting pictures with it, and you see it, and you're like, "Oh, that looks amazing." Never imagined in my life that I would be going there. Not only just going and to see it, but also in an event that basically is related to the whole thing.
True.
So the thing about the statue is that from the hotel where we were, you can walk. It's a 20-minute, like a 15-minute walk.
Nice.
But it's doable. And once you're going there, the unicorn is behind a building, so you start to see it appear little by little.
Oh,
okay.
that reveal, bro.
So you start to see like the arm starts to appear. And I remember once I was there standing in front of it, it's like
How's the details on it?
I spent so much time just looking at it, just trying to remember every single moment. Because I took a lot of pictures, but the pictures look like every single picture I've seen of it. So I tried to look at and realize that it has a lot of decals.
Yeah, I can see them. I can see some right there.
Yeah.
They're water decals.
And they are stickers. And they're all stickers. You can
All
see
sticker.
the big stickers.
Literal stickers.
Why does Bandai love stickers?
If you want to make something realistic, you can get away with stickers.
True, baby. See, that's another insight you get only on GTS, yo.
Boom.
Exclusive
Stickers.
Boom.
Bandai screwed us over.
It like 10 times. Yeah, and everybody who goes there and sees it the first time, you will notice the same thing. Everybody's like, ah.
Man.
And at night when it transformed and did all the show, wow.
God, man.
The chills.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, if you can go to Japan, you like this, you have to go there and see.
But next year, the RX-78 2 is going to be out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, the one that's going to be walking. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to walk on October. They're making it walk.
We're supposed to be on the Olympics, but now that's not happening.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not happening. But they are still building it. And you did say that's one of your favorite ones. So maybe you have to go
Yes,
back
I
here.
can.
Yeah.
You have to go back.
You have to go back. So maybe you have to enter another competition and then get there again.
Win again.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the unicorn. I have built it once.
Mhm.
I know I actually did the RG and the Master Grade. I do like it, but I would have loved to have seen the actual RX-78
Yes.
statue instead of the unicorn.
I just feel the
Not saying
unicorn's
that I did.
overrated.
Not disappointed at all of seeing the unicorn, of course, but
Yeah.
me being the RX-78 my personal favorite, except especially the way the 3.0 looks like.
hmm
I would have loved that. Tim told me that the first time he went, that was still there, and he says that one looked amazing.
Oh wow.
Ooh. Yeah, Tim has been in the scene for a long time.
So
Yeah.
so.
Oh yeah, he
Nico,
represented the US, but
Yeah.
it was the
so,
second time.
Exactly. So Tim, so Nico, sorry. So Nico, if the thing was done and then you got the chance to go there again and then you start seeing the whole thing in front of your eyes, do you think that you would tear up a bit? Like probably some tears.
Did it again or
rolling
the
down?
first time? Or when I saw it the first time?
No. I mean the for example the RX-78 is done already, and then for example you're there again because probably you're gonna enter again on GBWC, and then let's say you won again and then you're there again. How would you feel, bro? You'll be like, oh fuck, and then you start having like tears rolling down. I'm like, I made it, bro. I made it.
It's gonna walk towards
Well,
you.
It was very emotional. I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
Because I went to see the Gundam with my fiance, the first thing, like they told us, you're gonna see it in the date of the competition. Go and see Tokyo. Go see something else, and then you will see it. I couldn't resist. I said, no, let's go see it now.
Yeah.
But the actual day of the competition, when you are going to the Gundam base, is on the last floor of the building. So you go through the stairs, and it starts to appear like that.
Oh wow.
Oh,
I
wow.
felt very. Actually, if you check the video that Zacharelius did of the whole event, you can see my dumb face when we are going down the stairs and you start to see it. Because I mean, oh, it's getting real. There it is.
Yeah, but that's a beautiful part.
It was amazing to be there because I never expected to actually be there.
Exactly.
And in this position, I never been in a position like that, and
True.
it was very surreal, very humbling, very amazing.
True. I totally get you, bro. The first time when I went to England, the place that I always wanted to go ever since I was a little boy, and then I made it there because of work and stuff like that. So as soon as the plane landed and I saw the first patch of grass at the side of the airport, I'm like,
did you rub your face?
literally, literally hands down.
This is grass.
No, literally hands down. I had tears in my eyes, bro, rolling down. Like seriously, like I made it, man. I made it. This is like a dream come true.
Awesome.
Like
It
just
was.
being there.
It actually was. It's a new dream. It was a new dream because, like I said, I started doing this only like 6 years ago, but it became like a strong thing that I like. So it felt like an actual.
True, I understand. So just don't blame me if I start tearing when we get to Japan.
I'll be crying with you too. I mean, what I was gonna say is that's the beautiful part of kind of like these kind of things, because I feel that it's about passion, right? And how passionate you feel about something, and how it feels inside. For example, when my favorite trilogy, I know you're a Star Wars guy, but I'm a Lord of the Rings guy, and
Me
I
too.
went to see
I love that.
I went to see Lord of the Rings every time a new Lord of the Rings came out. I went to see it premiere with my family, like that night. And even now, I watch them like 3 or 4 times a year, and I watch the extended versions. I still cry, but it's because of the passion that you feel for something. You really like something. So in this case, I'm gonna be crying with you too, Justin.
I kind of.
I'm gonna be filming you guys, making fun of y'all.
I have a funny story that happened to me with the
What
Lord
happened?
of the Rings. With the Lord of the Rings, something funny that happened to me was when it premiered in my country. We managed to get tickets to go see it the first day of premiere.
Wow.
But because we got in late and we were like a group of 10, we were all sitting the first, all of us. So we watched the movie, great, but we were like this. And I was like, amazing movie, everything. I went to see it again, and the second time I saw it, it's like, oh, look, they shrunk the people the size of a hobbit.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that the first time.
It's forced perspective.
Oh no, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I didn't notice that they were all like, oh, they did that. Everything
Like-
looked so huge at the time that I was like, didn't notice that they did that the actual actors were hobbit size.
Yeah, because I feel because like when you talk about inspiration, and I know we're still taking a long time, but I'd rather just talk. I don't care.
Yeah.
With the whole Star Wars thing, one of my very strong inspirations is Lord of the Rings. So I've been thinking, how can I, because we were talking about Spawn earlier too. I was thinking about making my Barbatos a Spawn themed colored, because he's got like the claws with his hands, and I was thinking, how can I implement Lord of the Rings into all of these things, right? And
Just put a
like
ring,
a
bro.
claw.
Just put a ring.
yeah, with the
Just put a ring.
cloak or something, with like, I don't know, maybe
Just
do
put a
like
ring.
I don't know.
Like the capes that they were using, the hoods.
Yeah, the green ones, the ones that were given to him for the fellowship. Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's keep going to the pictures. We have this. Let's jump over to the picture over here where you're over here kind of happy with the RX-78-2 like statue.
The Gundam Cafe.
Little selfie.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
this
right
one.
in the same. That's the Gundam Cafe right there.
Yeah. That's the
Hey.
Gundam Cafe.
You gotta take a selfie with the RX-78, man.
Yes, sir.
You gotta
just
do
have
it.
Yeah.
So
You just have to.
when you were building your masterpiece for the display, how was it putting into that display? Like, how was it? Did you set it up yourself, or did they set it up for you when you put it in the display?
Oh no, you have to go and put it yourself. Actually, that was extremely stressful
I can imagine.
because all of us over there, we all brought like a kits of extra parts, glue, and everything in case a piece fell off.
Mm-hmm.
And in my case, that happened.
Oh,
One of the people fell. The little figurines fell, and another piece. So I had to glue them in place there.
oh man.
So,
wow. So
again, if you look at the video that Zach did when he's interviewing me, I'm like breathing heavy because I've just finished all that stress. I'm like,
Yeah. I saw in that video, like, some people were putting some big ass dioramas in the glass case. I
Exactly,
feel like it's so
like
stressful,
the-
man. Be like,
like the one I remember the most is probably the contestant from Thailand. He had the whole samurai thing like in the casing itself. Oh wow! Like no wonder I just read out the regulation for GBWC yesterday. Wonder they said you have to keep your size within 50 times 50 times 50. If not, it wouldn't fit into case, right?
yeah. There's a specific
Yeah.
size.
that's crazy.
But once it was there, I was like, okay, you stay there, don't fall. I actually did. I did thank the model. I said, like, as like a personal thing. Thank you for bringing me here. It was all you. Good luck. Don't fall.
You're free.
So where's that champion piece right now? Is it on display? In your room
The
right
guy
now?
who won.
Yep.
The winner, I think, is from Hong Kong.
No,
I don't
I
know.
mean, your your model,
Like,
where is it right now?
It's in front of me.
oh,
wow.
Oh, we're about to see it. GTS, baby.
Oh, exclusive content. GTS.
I'm sorry, fist pumping.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Man.
You know, I love your pictures because
They're so
you know,
good.
I'm looking at it right now, scaled to like your monitor, but in your pictures, you always take these close-up pictures that make them look really big. So it looks like I'm actually looking at like a hanger. Well, that's really cool.
It looks like a master
You
grade.
see,
Like
I use usually I use an iPhone for that.
Yeah, he only takes
like-
pictures with
like
the
a-
phone. Yeah, I remember you told me that.
So you go like really close, like try to find an
Yeah,
animal that.
true.
skills, man.
That's really
I think
awesome.
I think Nico and I are pretty similar in that sense, where we try to make our models life size, at least appear life size in the pictures. You know, instead of like looking like a toy.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
a model kit. Yeah, try to replicate it into life size. Yeah, because that's how you do justice to your model kits.
Actually, yeah. When I started taking pictures, I did the most improvised scenarios that I could. But then I realized that if I put so much effort on a build, maybe I could put some effort in the pictures as well. So, like I bought online like a small photo and with lights.
Yeah.
So, like I try to step it up a notch.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, that's-
you're
that's the
speaking
basic.
my language, bro. You put on so much effort into your model kit, and then you just take picture in front of your keyboard. What the hell, bro? No.
Hey. Hey, don't diss us, man.
Yo, what's up, guys? my backdrop.
Exactly.
It's
So-
awesome, man. This hobby is just crazy. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Nico, you have a picture here after the group photo of one of your kits. I don't know what the name of this kit is specifically, but you know, for the viewers out there who are looking at his design, if you notice, his design language is kind of similar and throughout the photos and everything. So my question to you, Nicholas, looking at this is, what would you consider, or what would you call your style? Like, because you know you have this kind of grungy look in your photos. What would you call it?
If you were
You're looking at the cushion that I did, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Frog. Well, I like things that are, like I said, we're back to the Star Wars thing. Everything that has seen some shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like they have been through hell and back.
Uh-huh.
Things that are weathered, that are drastic. Also, this is the thing about weathering, though, that I like a lot. When you're weathering and you're doing a specific thing, it's like you're telling a story while you're doing it. Because when you do a rust or anything, it's because you're thinking this has been this for a while, so this is starting to happen. So you're telling kind of a story while you're weathering. At least I see it that way. So that's I think the enjoyment out of it. So, and that's why when I'm doing a weather build, I try to go heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like how Nico just created his own category here, like out of nowhere. Like we got steampunk, we got Mad Max, we got Apocalypse, we got this and that, and then Nico has triple S. Seen some
But that's
shit.
it. You know what?
See some shit.
That's funny.
The Nico style seems some shit.
You know what? It's funny because a lot of people have like I've been thinking of it. There's like a Millennium Falcon Star Wars build, and a lot of people have been telling me, "Oh, I like that steampunk look," and I'm like,
Yeah, that's what I said. Steampunk to them, like before we even had our first meeting.
Me and Jess were like, nah, it's not steampunk. It's more.
Yeah,
No,
it's more.
so
There's
now
more
we
to
know. So now we know it's triple X.
Yeah.
Seen some
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Seen some
like
shit.
I have this. I'm working on this gun, for example. See that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be careful with
Yep.
that. Don't point it at me.
You can have the master grade. You can have it here. Take it.
So
yeah, I really like all the pipings that you do outside of the armor because a lot of people keep it concealed.
I like
Or
to
they
be
do
like.
it-
to be busy,
Like-
to be congested, like piping coming out of nowhere, and
Yeah, because obviously, if your kids, let's say if you're telling a story, your kids they have seen some shit. Obviously, there's gonna be repair work to be done, and then obviously, it's gonna be a makeshift repair or bespoke repair. You know, like probably
like
just,
I like
yeah.
clutter. I like clutter
Uh-huh.
a lot on art. And for example, one of my favorite animated movies is Ghost in the Shell. And one of the things that I
Ooh,
love
yes.
about
Nice.
were the scenarios. If you looked, like the city on full with signs on signs, everything was congested.
so you're really into that cyberpunk look as well, isn't it?
I don't. I'm not really familiar with the cyberpunk.
Uh-huh.
Cyberpunk.
But-
He's not into cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is more colorful. He has a little bit more of a
okay.
kind of like a
the dark side of the street where nobody goes to.
yeah. His is more. I want to say we
The dark
This is
alley,
the dark side, man.
metallic
Yes.
stairs.
with metallic. He has this tannish kind of look and everything.
It's the dark side.
Cool. Very,
But it's realistic. It's realistic
But
and more.
I like clutter. Like be.
Yeah.
His Gundams
I
were
don't-
fighting on Tatooine.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're like kind of like this desert, you know. Because
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I really like Nico is because, like I was saying, and I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it forever. Is you know, I like to stick with realism, and in this case, the Gundam in real world wouldn't be all brightly colored, like this green with this and that. You know, like this is
No,
kind of
yeah.
warfare.
Yeah, you
That
got
he
I
kinda
admire,
goes for.
I admire a lot of people who use they like the candy color themes and all that. They do amazing builds like that. That's not my style. I like more just the simplistic, dark, monochromatic builds.
Mhm.
Could you do
Not
me a
saying that
favor,
there's
Chris?
anything wrong with any
Yeah.
of that. It's just the way I.
Could you go to slide number 37 here? Slide 37, because we can on slide number 37 for you guys over there in the audience, you guys can take a really good look and appreciate his style of weathering and how he really focuses on making it as realistic as possible. Because you can look at this kit right here and you can see how he has mud track, like kind of mud in the feet, because that's where it would
it's
be.
caked-
So I'm
and
guessing
and it's caked up too.
it's caked up in there. The only time I've ever seen people do this a lot is with military models, and so I like seeing this kind of thing. And I don't know if you want to say anything about that, Nico, the way that you did that right there, because it's gorgeous.
Oh, well, for example, a lot of people ask me about where do I go to learn this kind of weathering stuff, and a lot of the tutorials I probably didn't mention this before, but a lot of the tutorials that I watch are not necessarily people building. It's mostly people building those kind of models,
Yes.
like the tanks, and because there's amazing weathering techniques there, and you can find a lot of material while watching those kind of tutorials.
I'm coming. I'm coming for you in the next competition. I'm gonna get good at weathering.
I'm about to get good at weathering.
And for example, this
'Cause-
build, one of the builds that you see here, I think is the Mark II. That one is
Yeah.
actually one of the, was a clean build that I had, and then I decided on having it for like a year, standing there all clean up. I said, okay, it's time for you to be weathered.
It's time to go to war.
Yeah.
It's time to show you some shit.
Yeah, I see.
That's what
I
it's-
see you put the big old damage on the shield too. The big old slash on there.
Mhm.
Oh, that one. Oh, that. Okay, this is something that I told you guys yesterday. Is that when I started doing this, and I got into the Gunpla, I wasn't really knowledgeable of the actual animes and all the shows. So I was just liking the models.
Yeah.
So if you notice that one, it's I think Gundam H. I think it's an H Gundam, and it has a lot of
Rust.
decals from from UC Universe, and I think
Oh,
there's
yes.
also decals from
Yeah. Yeah,
Gundam
I mean,
C.
I'm totally on you with that. It's actually fine. The Gundam is yours. You can do whatever.
I don't mind. I don't really mind, but I did
Exactly.
get a lot of people. Why is it wearing
Yeah.
those? And I
Yeah,
was like,
purists will be like, what the fuck, bro? What the hell are you doing, bro? I mean, like,
But
come on, it's my
after
kid.
that, but little by little, I decided, oh well, if I liking this too much as I do, I might as well give it a shot also at the anime. And I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of them, and I'm actually a big fan of. For example, my favorite favorite one is the Origin. The Origin
Ooh,
movies that
yes.
come out.
Yes.
Origin. I actually
Like you said, I like story and story.
Yeah,
and those
story
are-
ones are.
I actually
that actually-
have it on my watch list, so I'm gonna start watching today. After
That's
this.
my favorite, and my second favorite is the Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt's good.
Thunderbolt, yeah. I like Thunderbolt because of the full armor Gundam, which is one of my next ones that I want to buy because of the shields. You can do so many. One of our friends over here in Calgary, his name's Kevin. He wanted to end. He has this really nice kit that he wanted to enter for a contest, but I told him that he couldn't because he has a diorama, and so that's kind of like that's just overkill because not everybody who submits has a diorama. There's this really nice kit of this master grade Sasabi that he painted all white that's sitting on a throne, and he's stepping on a crossbow X1 that's destroyed. I'll send you a picture of it because he's got some good weathering on that too. I'll send you a picture of that, Nico. But one last thing before we finish with this segment on, if we go to slide number 40, Chris, we can see the pipes that Justin was talking to Nico about that he puts on his kits before he paints them and everything.
It looks amazing.
So this is how he gets this kind of look, right?
Yeah.
And these pipes are the ones that you get them from Star Wars kits, right?
On this build, this is the Zaku. Some of them, yes. Some of them, some are flat plate.
Very, very, very super detailed with plot plates. I'm so impressed because it's not easy to work with those kind of plates, man. It's not easy at all. I can tell you that firsthand. It's not easy. So
Like you
to
can
get
see
into
there.
to get into so detail, I mean, like, I'm gonna do another hands down. But,
I enjoy. You know what? It's fun, and I will spend like, for example, I have an example, a piece here.
Yeah.
For example, the little shoulder piece. I don't know if you can see the detail, but not so much. But there's some piping that I added.
You can see a little bit. Yeah, I see.
Doing this detail, it took me like an hour and 50.
Oh man.
just to do that, yeah.
Just going around playing with the pieces.
How do you glue them together?
and
Do you
it's
use
fun.
super glue or do you use the cement?
Yeah.
Do you use cement
glue
or
it.
super glue?
Tamiya cement.
Tamiya cement.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
a
this-
Bandai part, so it's compatible.
Yeah, exactly. Because Tamiya cement won't work on any other plastic that you find outside.
Yeah.
That's.
Oh, really?
I tried it. Yeah.
Hey,
I
Nate,
tried it with like transparent container cases. I tried it with bottle cases. I tried it with straws. None of that works. It only works with Tamiya plastic.
I will show you the kit where I get most of the piping that I usually use. Is this from Star Wars?
So last line, you're in the chat. You're asking where he gets the pipes from. That's where he gets the pipes from, right there.
Yeah, that's the one.
Some of them, like most of them, are from this kit.
What is that? I'm sorry.
it's like a speeder or something, right? Or no?
Oh, this is a wide
transport.
wing from Star Wars.
Yeah. Or I forgot what kind of ship it was. Yeah, that thing's nice.
Yeah, I couldn't recall. That's the thing.
Y-wing from Star Wars.
Oh, Y-wing. Ah.
Y-wing.
Yeah, he was saying it.
gotta
You guys were
explain
just
the
talking
Y-wing.
over him. It's the
Sorry,
Y-wing.
sorry.
No,
Yeah,
the
Y-wing.
and one more question for you, Nico. Dark Trinity on the chat says, Nico, what was some of your favorite kits entries from the GBWC you competed against in 2019?
Oh, all of them were fantastic. I really was pulling like I wanted the Tims to win.
Yeah. Well, Tim's was amazing. It's the parachute one,
yeah,
right?
It's so creative.
But also because he likes a lot of what I like is to keep it like a realistic war. Well, at least that build that he took there, it was a war machine, right?
Yeah.
Like a realistic kind of war machine that it wasn't all fantasy, it was more realistic. So that's
Yeah,
why
'cause
I really like them.
He even made the base, right? Like he said
The
he built it.
parachutes.
Yeah, with the three parachutes.
How often
and
do
then,
you see a Gundam on parachutes? Usually they're
Yeah,
flying.
you don't see it.
You
bro.
see them. You see them actually in the MS OS
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
08 MS. Yeah, that's why it's realistic. You guys need to watch that, man. You guys need to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
I
well,
just recently watched Divers.
So what was your
For
favorite
kids.
one at the competition, Nico? Like, what was your favorite one besides Tim? Like, far as the most like flashy.
I don't remember by country right now, but there was, I think it was Hong Kong, but I could be totally mistaken. Let me. Actually, I might have a picture of it because it was before,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll tell you exactly which one because I really admire that. And
I saw the one with the koi fish, and I thought that was I don't know if it was a koi fish or a fish or something. I thought that one was pretty good.
Oh.
Oh yeah. That's so much. Ooh, it's too much. I couldn't even imagine.
I think
that one
think,
was
yeah,
yeah.
also like my second favorite.
nice.
second favorite.
That is,
Yeah,
that's
it's busy cluster. Like I like it. Like busy all over the place. Pieces on pieces.
Yeah. Well, Tim. Tim. I'm talking about Tim over here because he was talking about Tim.
Oh, he's from Hong Kong. Hong Kong.
Yeah, this from Hong Kong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Amazing
I'm just amazed, like seriously. And then like, people bring out their heritage as well in their builds. Like for example, the one from Taiwan, you can clearly see that it's from Chinese culture, and then the Chinese one as well. It has a totally like a gold trim around it with the Chinese colors, the red and stuff like that. So it's really amazing to see all the builds. I mean, like wow, I would love to be there one day, not as a competitor, but probably just as a visitor itself. You know.
you got to check out the competition first.
Yeah, man. Seriously.
All right.
Wow.
Well, Nico,
It's a
thank you very
great-
much.
It was great builds, and you do see like of how people build in Asia and how we did in North America. Like we like a lot of the war stuff. Well,
Mm-hmm.
at least
It's our
over there
continent.
they like more older stuff, like more fantasy, if you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asian is more fantasy and team based. Like team, like we have this team, we have that team. You know, like not team
Yeah.
Hardens, obviously, but team.
More culturally based.
Sponsored
Yeah.
by Team Harden, approved by Nico. Ice Cap.
Oh, so you gotta try one. I tell you, those are amazingly.
Yeah, don't get Nico
Really good.
started with Ice Cap.
I
bro.
He's sitting down. He's like, I'm ready to tell you. Well, Nico, thank you very much for the for appearing right now. I mean, you're still gonna be with us right now, but it's been very
Thank you.
insightful when it comes to competition.
Thank
And
you
just
so
seeing,
much.
Exactly.
we didn't get around to it a lot because we'd be here for like hours and hours. But if you guys didn't catch it,
Anytime.
Nico is really talented when it comes to everything, right? Because I know for a fact he has told us that he doesn't use an airbrush. So everything you see right here, every picture that we've shown you that you've seen during his talking, he hasn't done with airbrush at all. He does it all with spray cans. That's the way he keeps it. And then everything else is weathering. So it is a very unique kind of style to him, right? No airbrush.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
if you guys have any more questions for him, be sure to look him up on Nico Tejada in Instagram, on his Facebook, right? Message him,
Follow
whatever.
him.
Is there anything else? Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say to the people who are listening to you?
Oh yes, in these times of uncertainty, to anybody who's listening, that it's a first responder or a doctor or thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for everything for us.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
This is a scary times, and you guys being there is just
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Appreciate the essentials. Appreciate
like
the
heroes. You are heroes. And
Yes.
everybody, please be safe. And in terms of this whole thing, never be afraid. What I can tell you is never be afraid to do or experiment. Don't let anybody who tells you something that bring you down. Just just get stronger and practice and watch tutorials.
Practice. Yeah, you
And
gotta put in time to get good.
anybody
Gotta put in
can
time.
be anybody can do this. Anybody can participate in GWC. Just like I said, give it your all.
Yeah.
And don't never let anybody tell you that you. Oh, that's such a poster phrase.
No, but it's true.
It's
I mean, it's true. There's a reason it is. There's a reason it is, right? But all right, guys. So we're gonna go on to our next segment, which is Chris's. Chris, the floor is all yours, baby.
Woo woo! All right, I'll make this nice and fast and sweet. But so basically, so in America, they're doing the pre-Bandais now as of April 2nd. So now we can pre-order all your premium Bandais now that are coming out in September. So go ahead and go to bluefin.com and you can pre-order all the, I think it's like over 30 different Bandais that are going to be coming out in September, and you can like basically pre-release or pre-order all of them. Yeah, so go out there and get them. But the first one we're going to do is the MG Victory 2 Assault Buster. This thing is freaking beautiful. Why do I got the barber toast right there?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I was wondering yourself.
I know. But yeah, this one's actually coming out in August. But this thing is beautiful.
It is. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
So would
I
you?
love the.
Is it transformable as well?
Yes. No. Actually, yes, it is. Right there, it is. That's the picture for it.
Oh wow.
Ew. Kind of looks like a Pokemon. Kind of looks like, what's it, Tyfusion? Pokemon with the fire coming out of this.
I don't know much about Pokemon. Ask me about Digimon. I'm still asking.
I know Charmander. I know Charmander. That's it.
Oh man, he has a lot of pieces. And the Buster is such a nice build. Yeah, I would definitely buy this 100%.
Yeah, I would buy it.
It's looking like a little bit like a full armor thing because it's all removable apparently. Wow. It's all good.
Yeah.
This is good. I'll probably get this as well.
Would you get this kit?
All
Nico?
right.
Sorry?
Would you get this kit that we're
Would you
looking at?
get? Yeah. The Victory.
Which one are you guys looking? I'm trying to find the image of it.
Oh,
It's
We're on slide 47. Probably starting from slide 43. MG Victory.
Because
the
my phone is so
MG2
small.
Assault.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So which one is it? Which number?
43.
43. Yeah. 43.
Oh.
And I'm just scrolling down. Would you get this?
You asking me what I think of it?
yeah. Would you
Yeah.
buy
What do
it?
you think about this?
Why would I buy it? Would I buy it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's gonna be a pass for me, guys.
Bro,
No,
I think,
but
I think
I'll tell you
the
what.
silence says it all.
I'll tell you what. It's an interesting but it's so small. It's tiny.
Yeah.
It's almost high grade size.
Oh, really? Mm.
I think so. If it is
I mean,
like the
But it's MG. So
It's a master grade.
yeah,
How
but
small can it be?
but in the universe in the anime they are supposed to be smaller than actual Gundams.
Oh, right. Yeah, the victory one.
Yeah, like the wing series master grades are smaller than any like.
So these ones
yeah.
keep the scale, so it's at 1/100, but still is.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
See, knowledge,
Okay.
man, knowledge.
Knowledge
Knowledge is
Oh,
power,
I
guys.
found out because I built it. Let me show you what I built.
See, that's why, dude.
This
GTS.
is knowledge. This is exclusive knowledge right here, only on Gunpla Talk Show, not anywhere else.
Yeah, I built this one.
The no grade.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's a reborn.
This
It's
is
a
the RE,
yeah. It's a grade. It's just the reborn.
Yeah. It's the reborn series.
and this one is tiny.
It's tiny.
It is like almost high grade size.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he doesn't like tiny.
I'm like,
It's Bart. It's Bart all over again.
Yeah, it's Bart
Guardian,
all-
if you're watching this, it's you again all over.
I agree though.
Um,
I love master grades.
but you never know. I might actually find it interesting to build it at one point. It does look
Nice.
nice. It doesn't look bad.
It does
Yeah,
look
it
I
nice.
believe
nice.
it's old. I believe it's an old Verka kit though.
Mm.
I think.
Yeah, it says we're
Oh
called
yeah, the victory.
Yeah.
The victory, yeah, it's a Verka. Yeah, it's definitely there. It's literally sitting at the store over here. I've been eyeing it for
I think
a
that's
while.
a special version that came out with the gold.
Yeah. Well, the next one we have is the real grade.
Tallgeese.
Yes, the Tallgeese. Now the Tallgeese is one of my favorites because it's so different. Like the design.
I gotta say something, Chris. Are you sure it's 32,000? Are you sure it's 32,000?
It's not.
500.
It's not.
You are so not gonna like when I think of the Tallgeese.
I was about to say 32,000. He's
Yeah.
changing it right now.
I don't know the price, so you're just gonna have to. It's yen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's price.
Switch the picture. Switch the picture.
But
You are so not gonna
No,
like
it's
when I think of the Tallgeese.
You don't like it, do you?
You don't like it?
I don't like Tallgeese. I'm sorry, guys. It makes me want to go vegan because of the mohawk thing. And
It has
vegan.
it reminds me of the. You know, it reminds me of the monks from Tibet. Yeah, so. I'm sorry.
But I do have it as a kid though.
It's a
you
nice
build it?
kit. It's a nice design. I just like different designs. Sometimes I get tired of the normal Gundam design, which is why I was telling Nico that I'm in love with the GMs. They're very different.
Yeah.
With the visors and everything. But this one to me is very different when you look at all the V-fins. This one doesn't have the V-fin, which is what I like.
Only reason why I haven't
Yeah.
bought it because
Yeah.
I don't like the calf muscle armor. You see it? It's just like a calf
This is
muscle
one of my-
straight down. I don't like that.
Ooh, let me see.
This is one of my favorites, right?
Yeah, the Grace is super different.
Yeah,
And this
Yeah.
is the 100 one.
it's sexy.
Yeah.
That's kind of
What
small
is
too.
Brilliant.
What is that?
Well, you have to remember that the Grace is a grunt suit. It's not really
Oh, this is
a main one, right?
Okay.
So that's why it's not as big as like the Barbatos or anything.
Oh, cool.
And you must remember that the first Barbatos was smaller than the rest of the forms. Like the Lupus Rex was taller than the rest of the other ones. But yeah, I would definitely buy the real grade Tallgeese. I would.
I have it. I have it right there.
The Tallgeese? The real grade? This one?
What?
Not
No,
that
no,
one.
no,
I got
no,
the
no,
real-
no,
the
the
old
old
one.
one.
Oh, old one, yeah. This is P-band.
Oh, the
Oh.
old one. Yeah, because the reason they're putting this one out is because the colors are changed compared to that one
Oh,
that
no, I
you
have
have
the
right there.
original one, the first one.
Ah.
The
Yeah, yeah.
special one.
Yeah, this is the anime colors.
It's in the back, the log.
Oh, so
The backlog.
it says
The back of the log.
Dingo on my 40 says it is 2,750 yen.
Wow,
Thank you very much for your input right there.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the next release that's
Oh,
coming
dude.
out in December is the PG
Oh.
Unicorn. Final
Oh,
battle.
Okay. I got one response for this. It's like, again.
Yes. I'm tired of the unicorn. It's so people always say that that the Barbatos is overrated, but the unicorn is so overrated. I'm just tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing
You know how
Bandai
many,
just
how many
milk
you
it.
know how many? Yeah, exactly. How many variations have for even PGs? Let's not talk about MG. or any
Where's my
other
Sazabi
PG.
PG, man? Like seriously, or Shinanju PG? Where is it?
Exactly. I think Sazabi PG will be looking like.
Exactly. exactly.
Yeah, but give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to
I
me.
don't
you know?
mind.
$300. Call it a day.
I like the
Exactly.
unicorn, but yeah, there's been that's for sure.
Yeah, it's oversaturated. There's nothing new with it. It's literally the green one. It's the final battle one. Like, oh, look at this. Like, come on.
I do
I'm
like.
done. There's so many more things you could
And
do.
then, you know what? Later on, you're gonna come up with like final battle Vercar or Ver something else. I don't know.
They're gonna do all of them all over again, but all Vercom.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, to all the unicorn lovers out there, I mean, we love unicorns as well, but it's just that this is totally marketing scheme.
Yep.
Bandai is milking the unicorn kids.
Isn't it the anniversary right now?
What's up?
I think it's the anniversary of the unicorn series, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's why they're bringing it out. But still, even then, just stop. Just stop with the unicorn for me. I'm not getting this kid.
At least for 5 years. Let's stop.
And did you see that it's the small disclaimer text there? LED units are so separate.
Yeah, they cost the same price. They're the same price as the whole kit. Yeah, you're looking at like $400, $500 kit right there with the lights. Like,
Easy.
ugh,
Easy.
that's just way too much.
Yeah, exactly. That's way too.
Oh, man.
Gotta love the.
Oh man. All right, Justin. This is you,
Oh,
buddy.
this one actually comes with water slides, apparently.
Yeah, here's a picture of him. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for the $500 for giving me water slides.
The $6 water slides. You can get better
But
ones
you
too.
don't have to get them online anymore.
No, yeah, it's difficult. All right, guys.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
would you guys get this then? Would you guys get this kit? Because I'm not. I'm tired of unicorn.
No.
Honestly, I put it up here to get it out the way.
I'll probably get the last PG variation that they came out with, the one with the red thing. I'm not sure what version is that, the unicorn PG, because I want to do LEDs on it, but definitely not this one.
Hmm.
And can we just talk about how they need to make the best? Well, look at it. It's right there. He's got the PG right there.
He's chilling.
The best suit in the unicorn came out in the first episode. It was the Cassastra or I can't say the name. That's the best one.
Oh. Actually, was
can't-
that the Canadian the winner last 2 years ago? Isn't it?
Yeah, but I wish they made like a master grade or a perfect grade of it because that's such a beautiful kit. But I've heard that they don't do it because it's a lot of plastic because of all the shields and everything.
Oh,
Like it's
yeah.
really difficult to get it right. But
I
don't
don't
know.
know because
But the
the
effects,
full armor has a
yeah, that's true. But the full armor has tiny shields. The Cassastra is like huge.
Yeah, but what about this?
That's true.
Cycle.
So we're basically
Yeah.
saying Bandai doesn't have a reason not to to make one of the best kits ever.
They need to.
Maybe it's because I don't know the demand for the kit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Bandai, get in your game, man. Stop making unicorn, please, and please sponsor us. All right.
the money.
Anyway, next one.
No,
Alright.
if it's not Bandai, we don't mind Team Horton. So.
Yeah,
Anything goes.
that's true. Just send Nico ice
know
caps every day.
Oh,
All right, go ahead,
that
Justin.
would be great.
Go ahead,
You have
Justin.
no idea how much money I spend on the things.
Exactly. So despite all the laughter and all the jokes, it's time for serious business, everybody. Right now,
Yeah.
it's a time for a featured build of the week, where all of us have actually voted and do a judging on for the top 5 entries that we have for week number 2 in April. So let's first off, let's move on to the other slide, the next slide. The featured build of the week will be featured on our Instagram, and then we'll be serving as an entry for the featured build of the month, where you guys can win for April MG Barbatogs. And right out of the gate, we have contestant number 1. Okay.
My wall fell. Barber toast.
I don't think it was loud enough. There.
Ah, damn.
I don't
It was
think you made
scripted.
enough noise there.
Yeah. Dude, you scare me. I was looking at the slides.
All right. So
Let's move on to slide number 1, which is contestant number 1, submitted by Yu Long's Gunpla, which is a Delta Plus version Centurion. I mean, like this guy. I mean, honestly, I said it before.
Wow.
Anything with the monk thing reminds me of the monks in Tibet. But this one, I'm really liking this. It's not so obvious, first of all, and then the details of this is really nice. I'm pretty sure Nico can appreciate this as well because he gave a pretty high marks,
Really
to
good.
be honest.
I like
Yeah.
that. Also, I like that scheme.
yeah, the color scheme is great.
The color
Yeah.
scheme.
It's like very desert type,
Yeah.
isn't it? And with the cape, it makes sense because sand gets in your eyes, your mouth, your ears. So cape makes sense as well.
Yeah, sand gets everywhere, right? For Star Wars fans, sand gets everywhere. I hate sand.
I hate sand.
That's a little joke for the Star Wars guys over there.
I hate sand.
Yeah, but the only thing is that
Irritating.
the only thing that I would say is that all the details are super fine, super awesome. I would say I would love it. But if you look at the enlarged picture on the bottom right corner, the weight part is a bit messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
So yeah, I mean like probably clean that up. I'm pretty sure you have cleaned it up right now. So, but nonetheless, this is one amazing build.
Good
And
job, bro.
Yeah. Good job, guys. And guys, for the public, if you guys didn't notice, we're changing the way we're presenting the things, the kits for this week. We're presenting pictures so you guys can see the details, and we will show the score towards at the end to see who won this week.
Exactly.
This way we can focus more on the details and everything for this round. So for contestant number 2, we have Skeller. If I am saying that right, Skeller.
Poland.
He has a high grade dog.
It has 2 R's. Skeller.
Skeller.
Oops.
He has the HG Zaku.
Which
it's a beautiful kid.
I think
very
Nico
organic.
Will be the best. I think Nico will be the best judge for this because this thing has definitely triple ass. You know, he has definitely triple ass.
It has seen some shit.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. I love. It's very organic.
Yeah.
Like.
Ooh, that's, yeah.
It is.
It's
I like the
crazy
skulls. The skulls, man.
I like the skulls.
Did he sculpt the skulls on his own? That's.
I don't know. Did he?
There's no description coming from him, so that's the thing. We don't know about what is the story behind the build and all that. So guys, I'm gonna take 3 seconds to say this. If you guys have something in your build, please include story into your build so that we know what we are judging on. What's the story behind your build? So we give a better mark for you guys. I mean, like, do your Gundam justice by including a biography of the build. So it really helps with the judging process as well. But nevertheless, one of the best customization I've seen. Really, really top-notch work.
I like the horn that goes through the skull on the shoulder.
And really,
Yeah,
exactly.
I just messaged him right now. I messaged him right now because.
If you see me looking away, it's because I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
I'm not judging.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Because I like the skulls. Because going back to what I said before with the Barbatos Spawn, I need to know how to make these skulls. Because Spawn is all about the skulls.
You can never go wrong with.
Never.
Never.
Just never ever. All right, the next one.
Yeah, next one.
All right. So the next one, contestant number 3, is a project. It's from Project Guil. It's a dark neon Kachu with BB Senshi Neo Xeon plus Pokepla number 41. So the build name is kind of long. It's a very, I would say, totally out of this world.
It's super clean.
Totally out of this world. Super clean. That was
really good paint job there.
Yeah, I would lick this thing off, like lick it, because it's so clean. Like,
oh God, that's TMI, dude. Too much information, bro.
How do I end the call with Justin? How do I kick him off this Discord?
You are so clean, I want to lick you.
yeah,
it is a clean build. I can't really say anything bad about it. Maybe, in my own opinion, the fact that the color scheme is just a little bit mute. I guess that's the word for me, mute. But I do like it. I do, because it works. It works with the Pikachu and the little ray. Is that like lightning bolt coming out of his eye? Like, it's great all around. Love it.
Yeah, it's great. It's really, really great. To be honest, nothing to be said on this kit, and I love the fact that you don't put on decals because it's not true to anime or anything
I
anymore.
didn't notice that.
Yeah, there's no decals. So
it's decal-less.
Yeah,
decal-less.
but it works. But it works.
Oh,
It works.
There's like 4. I see like 4 of them, but yeah, that's it.
God, you just had to, Chris, didn't you? You just had to.
It's right there on the chest piece. You see the little neon Zimbo sign.
Oh yeah.
But
you just had to, Chris, come on.
But they only used a little bit. She only used like a couple of them, so it's good. It's good.
Oh man, so it's not decal-less anymore. It's 4 decals.
Yeah, but they only use like 4 though.
We got contestant. Speaking of 4, contestant number 4, we have Pickled Gundam with the 1/100 MG Dynamis Neon Future. That's what he named it, and it's a great thing that his name is Pickled because it's green, so it works, and it is neon.
Super green.
It's super green, yeah.
Yeah, super green. I would say that this is one of the best dynamas that we received on this competition.
Yes.
I think this is the best Dynamis we've received. I love this one, man.
Yeah, it's definitely the best one.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like the digital camo he did. I don't know if that is digital. Is that digital camo? I guess, or like
It is digital.
Yeah, the patterning. I like that.
It's like
I don't know
checkerboard
if
pattern.
you can use that as a camouflage at all because that basically screaming, "Look at me."
Yeah, that's yes.
Yeah,
In
true.
Spanish, in Spanish, we have this saying where like where somebody's wearing like a neon jacket or something, Like así de, mírame que aquí estoy, you know? Kind of like, that's basically what
Notice
this
me.
is. Yeah, notice me, senpai.
Notice
All right, guys. Yeah, this is beautiful detail, though. You look at the thrusters in the
You know-
back.
Nothing bad to say at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Nothing
great.
bad to say.
Pickled
Okay.
Gundam, you did a great job, man.
Exactly. I believe that he wrote to us like 3 times on Instagram as well.
He's
So,
like, hey, man.
So like hopefully we do your work justice. And honestly speaking, in terms of colors, I've never seen this kind of neon colors on any Gundam before. So great job.
Yeah,
man.
great job.
No, it works. It works. The scheme, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Like certainly attention grabbing for sure. You can see this coming miles away.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
sure if he's
now
a
we
very
have
good
the-
sniper.
You can see it, yeah.
Yeah. Contestant
But
number 5.
Exactly. Contestant number 5. It's a build from Plugin, and he's building a Psycho Zaku. So this is the Zaku that has really gone psycho, I would say. And
No, you were talking about Triple S? This is super Triple S, man.
This is quad S,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, like,
quad ass.
team some serious shit, because that's what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Seriously.
for me
Yeah,
personally, what happened,
I
Nico?
really like about the way he did for example, the big tank in the back, the weathering he did there. I think is great.
Yep. That takes a lot of crafting.
Yeah, the boosters.
and a lot of a lot of theory and a lot of stories going on with every stroke, every chips. It's just oh, wow.
Yeah, he even
The-
pre-shot
The
too.
thing that I feel like we're not really looking at is the thrusters, how they have the burn, right?
Oh,
The
yeah.
changing of the metal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
look at that
They have
detail.
the burns. They have the burns, and then one thing is that if you guys notice, he did pre-shade every single part, every single metal pieces before he weathered them. So
Yeah.
that adds to the
So-
that it has a
So I got a noob question. Ready? Why do they use that plastic bag stuff around, like, you see that, you know what I'm talking about? And like on the kneecaps, they put the plastic
Oh.
around the frames and stuff. Like, why do they do that?
just to be safe from COVID, the Rona.
Yeah, Bandai made those to piss you off. That's why they made that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so
piss
from
you off.
the pipes are those the details that he added himself, or
No, he made them. He put plastic over
those
them.
those come with the kit. The packs.
Yeah, they come with the kit.
Oh, really? They
Mhm.
come with the kit? Like, they look like bags?
Yeah, if you look at the
Yeah.
knees on the frame, it's on the frame too.
It's the same
Uh-huh.
with the
Oh, yeah.
also, and the
Oh,
2.0.
wow.
Actually, the Alex 2.0 that I'm doing right now also comes with
Mhm.
the pack.
Ooh, the Alex 2.0 is
Oh.
beautiful. Yeah, that's a great. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
All right.
So,
And Bandai made those to piss you off. That's what I'm saying.
there you go. There's your answer, Chris. Take that to the bank.
Piss you off. All right.
Naha, before we go on to the scores, Naha Kun, he's asking if you want to submit your build. All of our information is on our website at gunplatalkshow.com. You will see all of the rules, all of the guidelines to enter. You just have to go over there and look, and they will be answered for you and for everybody else who is in a chat and watching currently. But now, going on to the scores. So these were supposed to be scored in order, but we had contestant.
No, they are not scored in order. So
I know,
just reveal.
I know. contestant number 1, Yulong's Gunpla, you got a total score of 45.25. That's very good. So very good job.
Super awesome.
Very
That's
good
like
job.
an A plus. That's an A plus.
We have. Yes, go ahead.
Contestant number 2, we have 44.75.
Very nice.
Like this week's competition is really
What?
top notch.
Yeah, it was really
Like,
tough.
we went like, yeah.
Exactly. We have to delve into the point stuff, you know, like, and Pikachu got 45.2. Wow. What the hell?
Pika Pika. Yeah, I was about to say Pika Pika. So
Yeah.
good job, man. Good job.
Good job. And Pickle Gundam got 44.325. You see how specifically, I mean,
3, 2, 5.
5. Yeah, you know how far we're deep in this thing. And then last but not least, Psycho Zaku got 45.5.
Which brings us to the champion for this week. It's Plugun.
Plugin congratulations to being the featured Gunpla featured build of the week, April week 2. Congratulations. We'll be posting your pictures right after this show. We won't forget anymore.
Congratulations.
What's up? What's that, Nico?
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations! Yeah, congrats, man.
Congratulations.
Good stuff. Good
like,
stuff.
To be honest, I mean, like, this is week number 5, and we have done like 4 competition rounds already. And all I can say is that the competitions get really fierce, more and more fierce. And then each week we do get a lot more submissions right now.
About 15 to 20 a week.
Exactly. So we still encourage you guys to submit your builds, and then just try out, man. Just try out for the fun of it. Just try out for the experience. If you guys are selected, we'll be sending you an email to let you know. So stay tuned to the show. And to be honest, you guys have been awesome staying with us. And then Nico itself, like, I'm gonna do this once again. Okay, Nico, don't get sick of it, but hands down.
Thank you so much. Thank you for considering me for this.
Like, hands down, Nico, you're the most humbling guy I've met. Okay, like, hands down again.
Yeah, he's got a trophy, and he's so humble, man.
Yeah.
Do you have the trophy with you? Can we see the trophy? Can we see the trophy?
Can we see the trophy live?
Oh, I have it downstairs in a.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
Don't make the man walk. Come on, guys.
I was just curious.
Hey, this is the back door to everything.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Oh, once again, ladies and gentlemen, exclusive content, right?
GTS.
And it's dinosaurs too. His beautiful dinosaurs. Yeah.
This beautiful dinosaur.
That's awesome. I want to build that Godzilla.
Somebody play the Jurassic Park theme. Nico.
I have that soundtrack.
Ooh, really?
Nico, can I say something to you? Can you adjust one of the dinosaur, please?
What?
I have OCD, bro. I mean, like, one of it is out of line.
That's the way he wants it, man. You're making him change his lifestyle.
Come on, man. He's not gonna come back to the show now.
Yes, that's the way to do it, bro.
Hands down.
Actually, I have way more. It's just that I have them all packed. Those are the ones that I were too big to pack them up. So that's why you only see the Brachiosaurus there. But I have a bunch of different.
What are those?
Brachiosaurus? They're the long neck one.
No, I mean, what kind of kit is that? I've never seen that type of. Is that a kit or is it like a action figure?
No, those are from Papo, I think it's called, and they're already made. They're figures.
Okay, cool.
Chris,
for example, those ones are modeled by the Brachiosaurus that you see in Jurassic Park, the first one.
Ah.
Yeah, that's why I said. So I was really big into dinosaurs, but I'm gonna say this in Spanish. Muchas gracias por venir y estar en este programa. La verdad que lo apreciamos mucho porque la verdad estás en otro nivel cuando se tiene que ver con todo esto de modelaje. Y pues bueno, muchas gracias de nuevo.
Muchas gracias.
So thanks, man. Thanks for being on. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for considering me, having me in this show. I wish this show the best of luck. It's great. And anytime you guys wanna, I'm happy to participate. Anytime.
Ooh, thank you very much. We'll definitely, hit you up again.
And keep watching, everybody out there. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have amazing guests coming up.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Don't remember to follow him on Instagram and on Facebook. Remember your the contest for Canada again. You want to repeat that again about the contest?
The Great Canadian Build-Up.
All right, there we go. The Great Canadian
It's so great that we quarantine period, so we can have some fun and be motivated and participate.
Don't be scared.
Yep, there it is.
Don't be scared.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. We will see you guys next week. Chris.
We'll leave this on Jurassic Park theme song.
Oh, you did.
All right, guys. See you. Thanks again. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace out. Eat some taco.